Hey everybody, what's up? Mike Nagoda here. Well, I know it's been a month since I saw y'all last for our last Nightwish reaction, and because it's the end of September, I figured, well, we got to do another Nightwish tune. I'm sorry I haven't been on here in about a month. I was so busy with that giant gig that my band had over at Southside Shuffle, and we've got another acoustic gig this coming week. So I've been pretty busy, and also um, I've been working behind the scenes because my new record, my new album, which is taken me like 7 years to make, really long time, is coming out at the beginning of November. I'll say more on that. I'll make an announcement on that soon, but I don't want to release info just quite yet, but soon, the next week or two. Yeah. I've got a lot of behind the scenes work for my new record to do. So I'm gonna try and do one of these a week, and if I can, I'll see if I can fit in a Tolkien Tuesday in there every once in a while. So a reaction video once a week and an occasional reading of a chapter of The Hobbit if I can. But people, I am busy. I'm busy, folks. That's good in a pandemic. So yeah, the band had a fantastic gig over at Southside Shuffle in Toronto here. Biggest gig I've ever played in my life. The crowd loved us. We got them singing along with us. I got them doing like a back and forth, like a call and response thing, and I had like total control over this giant crowd. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Best gig I've ever played in my life. It was amazing. Now I kind of know how like Nightwish feels when they're on stage, having the crowd in the palm of their hand. So I'm really excited to do this reaction today. So today we're doing Song of Myself by Nightwish, live at Wacken 2013. More from the Wacken show. I think by the end of this thing, I'm going to have seen the entire show just out of order. Before we get started, yeah. Oh, I got a haircut. That's the other thing. I'm looking cute. Just wanted to say that just because. But before we get started, I'm all kind of giddy and like everywhere today. But before we get started, please hit the subscribe button below if you're new to the channel. Ring the bell to get notified. Choo choo. Give the video a like, a thumbs up if you could, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this reaction. And so without further ado, here is Nightwish doing Song of Myself live at Wacken 2013. Let's go. It's nice and dark. Crowd's clapping along. Love those strings from Tomas. Kinda reminds me of like something from like an action movie soundtrack. Like in a Marvel movie or something. Those strings are just do 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 bum 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 bum. What does that remind me of? Oh shit, that reminds me of something. If it comes to me, I'll think of it. But I'm just loving these strings and the crowd hopping along. Great energy, great string parts from Thomas as always. Like the upper harmonies on the strings there, on this side. Yeah. Some shots. Yes. The flames. Oh, not another shot there. Oh. Yeah. Okay, that's really cool. So, what my ear wants them to do, this is really cool, is, you hear the shots, so the bop, bop, right up there, and they do it 3 times, and you want them to come in on the 4th, but they don't do it, and they delay it, and they delay the response, and it makes you wait, and it builds tension. That's so cool. Simple, but it's a really cool arranging technique. I love that. Let's go back. Yeah, love the harmonies from the choir.
Still locked in the cage. The deep breath I took still poisons my lungs.
I love how the choir.
An old oak sheltering me from the blue.
Okay, so lots of cool stuff going on here. I love that almost like that kind of arpeggio thing that Tomas is doing on that little bell sound, and it's following the string lines, and so the strings and the bell line and the choir are all kind of harmonizing together. But I love how like the choir is building on that theme that the strings started with, and they're like really quiet behind Fleur, and this is ominous. This is like an ominous like movie kind of soundtrack thing, like I hear in a Marvel movie when like the villain would be like coming for the heroes or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just what I think. Like that's just what I think of, man. Like this makes me think of Thanos. This would be like Thanos's like theme music or something. I don't know. Just in my head. That's what I think of. But let's keep going. I love how it flurs in her lower range, and it contrasts nicely to the choir, which is more in the upper register behind her, in the background. Very nice contrast in harmonies and melodies and tones and timbres. Let's keep going.
An old oak sheltering me from the blue.
Love her vibrato.
Sunbathing on its dead frozen blues.
You can hear the choir is following her melody. So check this out. I'm gonna go back, okay? So
Sheltering me from the blue. Sunbathing on its dead frozen blues.
so you hear the boo 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 boo. So you hear when she goes down in the vocal melody, the choir and the strings descend with her. Listen, it's very faint in the background, but you can hear it. Watch.
Sunbathing on its dead frozen blues.
So cool. Yeah. Great. Right into the upper register. Right into her upper register when the band kicks in. Really intense stuff. That's a great way to come in. You know, they build that tension in the beginning with all the shots and the choir, and they bring it down, and then bam, the band's right in and just drives the energy. Change. Nice building on the shots that they did at the beginning. So in the beginning, it was like right, and now they're kind of doing like a triplet thing. So check this out with the rhythm with what Yuka and the rest of the band is doing. Triplet, great stuff. Back to the creepy bells. Nice double bass drum work there, man. What's really cool about the chorus is you can hear that Marco and Fleur are singing in the exact same octave here, right? So what's really interesting to me is Fleur's got this really powerful operatic voice, and you'd think she'd overpower Marco, but if you listen, even though she's singing in the same register, in the same octave as him, okay, she's holding back a little bit to let him shine through on the chorus, right? So he's sort of like the lead vocalist in this part. And so I think she's deliberately holding back with her volume and the power of her voice to let him shine through, because she knows if she doesn't, she's going to blow him away, and the band doesn't want that. So very, 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 very smart choice on Fleur's part, and very, it shows how much control she has with her voice. Let's just go back. It's I love when Marco and Fleur sing together, and sometimes they do harmonies, but it's great to hear them doing a unison line here, and just doubling that vocal melody. I'm getting distracted by all the cute guys in the audience. What is that? I hear a woo, like a kind of like almost like a volume swell. Is that like a guitar? Is that an oboe or what is that? Okay, that's Tomas doing something weird. Yes! Oh man, I love that glissando. Whoa! That Marco goes up into. Oh man, that's so cool. It just goes quiet, and then he comes back, and you see the power. You see his eyes bulge too. That's fucking awesome. I don't know what that is. Making that noise, but I love that. I love how they're playing with the quiet and the loud and the contrast of dynamics and volume. Great stuff. And of course, Empu, I haven't even mentioned Empu yet. Empu is fucking solid on this. Empu is basically doubling what the strings are doing, but he's so tight with his rhythm guitar playing and the palm beating. Just listen to how tight Empu is on the riffing and his right hand technique. Like, Emperor and Tomas and the orchestra, they're all in lockstep with each other. I mean, the whole band's in lockstep with each other, but Emperor's really helping to reinforce what the strings are doing. Love this key change here. Somebody's ground surfing. Triplets again. Love this car. Ooh, I love that chromatic descending line. Listen to this with what Tomas is doing on the bells here. Right about here. Nope, not quite. Nice descending chromatic line. That's nice and creepy. I love it. I love how they're going quiet, loud. Great contrast. And I love how both Mark and Flo's eyes just bulging wide. They love the intensity. Back to the double bass on the drums. Nice metal chugging. Oh yeah. Breakdown. Halftime breakdown. Oh my god, that's just the... Fuck, that's a great classic breakdown. Two things I love. I love that nice, menacing, slow halftime groove Yuka's got going in the drums. But what's really cool to me is the really low note, the really low, snarly note that Marco's hitting on the bass. Listen to how fucking vicious this sounds. Listen to that bass. What the low fire vocals are doing. Yeah. She's staying low. Fleur's staying low to kind of complement the ominous of the music. Oh man, that tiddle-lap, 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 tiddle-lap on the drums. That sort of almost like a marching kind of thing. This sort of reminds you something that you might hear like a symphony, the string section and a symphony orchestra doing really low on, what's the it's not exactly like it, but it reminds me of something you hear in something like Holst in the Planets, like in Mars, the Bringer of War, right? Which a lot of metal tunes have kind of ripped that off. But kind of reminds me a little bit of what Holst might be thinking of. It's kind of playing that tension between the root and like the flat two. Ooh. Oh, better. A little bit of harmonic minor and the vocal melody there. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. Nice and creepy. You can hear an organ very faintly in the background underneath the strings. And Yook is doing some lovely bell work on the cymbals, on the wide bell. Such a beautiful chord progression and melody. Oh. This is all sort of playing on like it's got a little bit of harmonic minor in the melody. It's got some of that flat second. So I mean, this is almost kind of like, not quite, but it's sort of reminds me of a scale or a mode called the double harmonic major. And theory time, folks. If you don't know what the double harmonic major is, it's for all you musicians there, it's root, flat second, major third, fourth, fifth, flat sixth, and the major seventh. So it's almost like the harmonic minor scale. Almost. Except you've got a flat second and a major third in there. But it's not quite what's going on here, but it's almost there. It's missing the major third in the melody. But it's got the flat two, and it's got the major seventh, creating that harmonic minor mode vibe. So we're almost in double harmonic major territory. And by the way, it's one of my favorite scales to use, including in blues, believe it or not, over your 5 chord. But this whole like halftime section is my favorite section of the whole song so far. This makes the fucking tune. This is just like ominous and like I'll say it again. This is like movie soundtrack music. This is like Thanos' fucking theme song or something. Like, this is just like when the villain shows up and they're just like all badass. And then the heroes are like, oh shit. Like Captain America's like, oh shit. Iron Man's like, oh fuck, what do we do? Right? So like, I don't know. This is like a Marvel movie soundtrack to me. To me. That's just what I'm imagining in my head as this plays. Let's keep going. I'm a big nerd. Most of you know that. Oh god, that menacing harmonic minor. Okay, we're gonna go back to that key change. We're gonna keep it half time. Oh. I think that's a flat 6. Sounds like a flat 6 to 1. Yeah, it definitely sounds like flat 6 to minor 1 to me. Can't tell what's on the screen, but there's words going across it. Maybe the lyrics. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. You're the whoo from the choir. Oh man, that's just fucking ominous. That's just like that's just like the fucking Thanos or the fucking devil is like come for you and you're in trouble. It's like is like, dude, you gotta run, motherfucker. Something evil is here, like fucking Cthulhu, or like fucking, I'm getting all nerdy and shit. Fucking Cthulhu, or like Nyarlathotep, or like fucking Azathoth, like something like Lovecraft is just showing up, and you're like, oh fuck, we gotta get the fuck out. We gotta run. That's what this makes me think of. I'm loving this. Like, obviously, I haven't had a florgasm yet. Maybe that's not the point of this tune. But this is one of my favorite Nightwish tunes I've heard so far. This might get my number 2 spot. I'm really loving the ominousness of this tune. Shit. Andrew's just loving the grind of the rhythm. Marco is, they all are. They're all getting off to it. The dissonance. You hear with the strings and a little bit with the woodwinds coming up in the background, just creating this nice dissonance and adding to that nice evil dark feeling. Evil. Yeah. I love that line. That was cool. So you hear Marco in the lower tenor range, and then Fleur's going up really high with her operatic vocals. Oh man, that's a nice contrast. Nice tonal thing going on there. It's just evil sounding. Nice little stuff. That's what that's. Yes, I love how they're just pausing, let that beat come in before the shot comes back and the flames come up. So nicely arranged. Nightwish are the masters of arranging. I'm gonna say it now. Hit comes on B2. How many beats did we wait there? Because before the hit and the shot and the flames were coming up on beat 2. So let's see if we can count it. 4 there, cool. Wow, I just love that. I love that the low tonic at the end. Just evil, ominous. Just it's like Thanos' theme music. It's like Darth Vader's theme music. Oh, no, it's not Darth Vader's theme music. I mean, although wouldn't it be cool to hear Nightwish cover the Imperial March? Nightwish, if you watch these reaction videos, there's an idea for you. Cover the Imperial March. You guys would make it so badass. Putting that out there right now. Yeah, just that's on my personal wish list of covers I'd like to see Nightwish do would be the Imperial March, but just evil villain movie music, like evil Marvel villain movie music, but just so evil and ominous and just so well arranged. And you can hear the ominous of the choir and how well the choir was placed and how well Tomas was like arranging the choir, because sometimes the choir was up high with Fleur and sometimes they were down low with the right during that halftime section to like add to the evilness and the ominous of it. And just it was like this giant like creeping like monster was like coming up from like the like Cthulhu, right? I keep mentioning Lovecraft here, but it's like this music is like it's either like Thanos has come in a Marvel movie and you're like, oh shit, or like the other thing I can think of is like Cthulhu is like rising up from the depths of the ocean from like really and like humanity is fucked. Just is this the Great Old Ones theme music? Are we doomed? I don't know. But hell, I'm here for it, even if we are. This is good This, my friends, is music for the apocalypse. It is music for the impending doom and the death of our planet, which, depending on what we do about climate change, may be here sooner than we think. We gotta get on that. But, yeah. Yeah, definitely music for a future apocalypse. I love this. This is definitely in my second, this is my number 2 spot. This is in my number 2 spot. If, what was it? Song names are blanking on me. I'm still getting used to this band. Story Time. That's it. Story Time and, what's the one that Floor does with the Gliss that, maybe have, the biggest floorgasm? Shit, I forget what it is. I'm forgetting now, but I'll just have to go back through it. But the one where she gave me the giant floorgasm and I was quoting Tolkien, that's my favorite Nightwish tune. This is in my number 2 spot, and I probably put Storytime in number 3 so far. I love this. Floor didn't give me a floorgasm, but she didn't need to. Song didn't call for it. Song didn't need it or require it. This was this was all about groove to me. And setting up that ominous kind of metal, kind of chugging, right? Kind of groove. The chug. The gent, as they call it in metal. This is very genty to my ears. Very chuggy. I love it. And how the strings and the choir and the harmonies from the orchestra that Tomas was arranging. Tomas is a fucking brilliant arranger and composer, dear God. He is the metal Mozart. He totally is. He's like, look, I don't like Mozart's music very much. Who's a classical composer that I really love? Beethoven. Tomas is like the metal Beethoven. He's like the metal Beethoven, or the metal Holst, or who's some of the other heavy dudes? The Stravinsky. Yeah, there's a guy. Some of the strings that were going on here made me think of Stravinsky. Yeah, Stravinsky or Holst or Beethoven or just any of the heavier stuff. I don't know. I think Mozart is more airy and lighty and flighty, and doesn't make me think of Tomas and Nightwish too much. But he's Tomas is like the metal Beethoven or the metal Holst or the metal Stravinsky or Grieg or Rachmaninoff. I'm geeking out on classical music. I'll stop and stop naming composers, but just shit. Ominous, evil metal. You've got me doing it. It's so good. It's got me doing a villain laugh. No guitar solo needed, of course. Empu knows what's required. I love Empu's rhythm work in this. I didn't comment on it too much, but shit, his rhythm work and his right hand and that palm mute and that chug was just so on it. Love the low, snarly notes that Marco was doing on the bass to add to that ominous driving beat. Yuka's drums were just so hard and hitting and driving. And I love how when you got to the halftime groove, right, to the really evil sounding bit, where he was making space. And he was making a lot of space with the groove and the rhythm, and knowing when to lay out, that's the sign of a great drummer. Knowing when not to play is as important, I would actually say more important, as knowing when to play. Just my personal opinion as a musician. This was great. I love the hell out of this. This was awesome. Definitely my number 2 spot. We'll see if something dethrones it. But great job, Nightwish. Brilliant as always. I think that's it for today, everybody. I will be making an announcement probably next week sometime about my new record. I know I've been talking about my music here and there, but when the record comes out, I hope all of you in the Nightwish Army who love blues and love related genres like that will at least give it a listen. Maybe get a copy. That would be nice to help support the channel. Yeah, I'll let you guys know about all of that. And I will hopefully be seeing you guys next week, hopefully for another reaction. Again, I got to put my album release first, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Okay? The evil is making me do the sign of the cross. The evil from the metal. That is how intense the metal is. The evil is resonating through my computer screen. I'm being silly. Okay, I'll let you guys go. Please remember, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button below, ring the bell to get notified, give the video a like, a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of this. Oh, one last thing. We are 150 people away from 2,000 subscribers. So please encourage your friends. If you subscribe to the channel, encourage your friends in the Nightwish Army to subscribe if they haven't already. And if you're new to the channel and you like this reaction, please hit the subscribe button. Help me reach 2K. We're almost there. We're almost there, 2K subscribers. So you guys know what to do. And I will see you all next week for another reaction video. Take care. Stay safe. Bye. So much evil. So much ominous. Cthulhu is rising from the deep.